Okay, coming off of another couple really good seasons and sounds like a good off season too. I mean, what's the plan been to get you guys ready to get this thing started again?
I think every year we try to talk about the same things, trying to be consistent in our work habits and putting a good program in front of our kids in terms of, how they go about their business on a daily basis, accountability, responsibility, character, things like that. Those things matter to us greatly. And so I think at the end of the day, if we can keep our kids in line with those things and then get them to practice and kind of implement what we want to get going on and put the things in that we need to, usually the other stuff falls into place. We can't really gauge how the games are going to go yet because, every year's different. So you always try to be as prepared as you can be. But until you play that first game and you really get kids comfortable, seeing live pitching, seeing live hitters, moving around at game speed, it can be a challenge. But it's something we're ready for, and I think our kids will showcase that as they continue throughout this year.
We're doing this outside of the weight room, which is where you guys spend a lot of time. I mean, a lot of progress sounds like it was made with these guys in the offseason, kind of getting bigger, stronger, faster.
Yeah, Tyson does a great job with that program. He runs that whole thing. Has a really good program. Guys have put on some good weight. Guys have got more explosive. This level is about development. Guys that come in, they have, either one or two tools. It's about developing, bigger, faster, stronger, maybe adding another tool, another part of their game. And the weight room has been a big part of our program. It has been since day one. Our dad was a former football coach, believed in it greatly, and we've kind of taken that with us with that mentality of using it to have better athletes and better players.
And that'll probably pay off here as the season goes too, which let's talk about this season. The dynamics have changed a little bit. You're starting a little bit early, and you're going to be out on the road for a full month here with a lot of really good baseball.
Yeah, we got a good schedule in front of us. Our pre-conference schedule, now that we moved over to the Empire Conference, Division I baseball, excited for that. Preseason or pre-conference schedule with Cisco's in the top 5, Rangers another really good program this weekend, and then you got Crowder, who's always at the top 10, knocking on the door at the World Series in Grand Junction, and then you go to Enid, which they're one of the best D2 programs in the country. So good baseball is good baseball. We need to see it. Our kids need to get out and play against that competition, and hopefully iron sharpens iron, makes you better, and we go forward and get prepared for our league.
Tyson, that was something we were talking about off camera here. You're starting out with the number 8 team in the country, and nothing wrong with that. You guys said, let's go ahead and see where we're at.
Yeah, I think that's the exciting part about college baseball. It's not football where you can go out and take out all that aggression on somebody with a hit. So you kind of have to work your way into it. But every day's different, and I tell our kids every day it doesn't really matter who we're playing. I want to try to be the better team on the field that day. And so that doesn't always happen, but that's the mentality and the mindset that our guys want to go in with daily. And for us, that obviously starts on the mound, and hopefully we get good outings. And regardless, we'll see how it rolls, and we're excited for this trip.
You talk about pitching. Was that one of your needs this year? And at this level, is it always a need? Or talk about some of the things that you've input into this team here with some of the players and personnel.
Well, last year we had a big sophomore class. We had 16, 17 sophomores, and we lost 2, outfielders that went one and done. One's at Nebraska, one's at Creighton. So we have needs every year over the field. We don't recruit as far as number. We try to get 30 guys that we want, that can help us pitch, help us play at the field, and help us win. And we kind of addressed all those needs. I feel pretty good about it. The scary thing is when you only have 6 returners on the mound and in the field combined, we haven't played together. So it's going to take some time. We're going to be patient as long as we're getting after it, playing hard and getting better. But I think as the season goes on, we're going to continue to improve. And I think at the end of the season, I think we'll be right in the thick of things.
Yep. And you guys are always looking for good attitude guys, too. You're seeing that in this team so far. I mean, just some of the things that you guys have tweeted out coming from the weight room one day. You're in the pool the next day. It looks like, man, you guys really kind of hit it this year.
I think it's always that way. We've done different types of workouts. I would try to get my guys into yoga if it was available here, but but just for other stuff. But I mean, I think that's part of that whole work ethic culture thing that we talk about here, and we try to give our kids a different perspective on a lot of things, because when they're going to these four-year schools and stuff, they're doing these types of things. And one of the other things that we've done this fall is we implemented getting our kids, our sophomore kids, into the preschool at Beatrice. And so that was a great thing where they would go twice a week and they would interact with the kids over there and be over there for at least an hour, 2 days a week. And so that went really, really well as well. So we're trying to do things that not only impact kids but impact other people in the community, and turn our kids into better, people to go out and fit that, society need and things like that, and be role models in the community as well.
You guys talk about the program and just culture, and you look at the guys that you've produced that have gone on, 15 in 2018, 10 in 2017, 12 in 2016 that have gone on to play bigger and better baseball. I mean, that's really kind of a testament to your recruiting and relationships that go into this.
Well, it's a testament to our kids. Our kids and, Coach here, those guys are the ones. I just kind of let them do it and get out of the way, But the real thing is the kids buy into what we're doing, and they perform, and we help them along and try to help them and prepare them for what they're going to see in the future. So that way, when they go to that level, they're ready to play and ready to contribute right away. And that's our job. That's the main objective of this level. It all kind of goes together, but one of our main objectives is getting guys to the next level.
I hate to single a couple guys out, but I have a feeling we're going to be hearing about a couple guys that are playing at Nebraska right now. Talk a little bit about Polanski, Aaron Polanski, what he did here, what he meant to this program, and no surprise that he's up in Lincoln playing.
Well, their whole family, 3 boys played here, and, the whole family meant a lot. But Aaron was just, he's relentless in his attitude, and he's just a great person. He's a good baseball player, great baseball player. He's an even better person. He really set the bar pretty high in what he was able to accomplish here, and I think he's going to do pretty well up there. He's one of those kids that had a maturity about him that was way older than he actually was, and that's why you kind of see him. That's why you saw him gone after 1 year. It wasn't just the numbers. It wasn't just the season. It was it was a 4.0 student. It was a leader. It was never doing the right things off the field. It was never getting in trouble. There was never any of that stuff with Aaron, and he was the kind of the guy that guys would rally around. Even as a freshman, which at this level can be tough to do when you've got guys that have been here a year. But Aaron did a great job with all things. So with that kid, everything lined up, and he was just he was outstanding for our program. We were very fortunate to have him.
And Trey Kissick, takes another turn and ends up landing in Lincoln. And it's funny how this stuff works out, but he was very productive here too.
Yeah, Trey's another guy. At the end of 1 year, he was a one and done also to a different school, and now he landed on his feet at Nebraska. But it's going to be a great thing for him, even though he's going to, have to wait a year to get out there and showcase his ability. It's something he'll probably definitely get chances to do in the future. I know they're excited about him. We're excited for his future because, again, I think, when it came to the off-field stuff here, he did everything the right way. He handled his business. He was one of the first people to the yard, even as a pitcher. And obviously as a freshman, he was able to come into our program and take the ball first game out of the chute, every weekend for us. And so, ended up starting the first game of the World Series, the first game of the Super Regional, first game of the regional tournament as a freshman. And sometimes that's not always easy to handle. But because of the way that he worked and he went about it, he's very confident in what he does, and that's a testament to him, and what he was able to do. And so, again, another kid that we got right here, a couple hours from Beatrice, but the way that these kids have come in and, bought into our program and really accepted what we've asked them to do, and, a lot of times without question. Sometimes there's a little lashback, but a lot of times it's without question, and they just do it and they move on, and we're just really, really happy and thrilled for those kids.